I'm joined by Mark Weber, who hit the go-ahead home run for Babson in the bottom of the eighth inning today as they come from behind to win 6-3. And, Mark, we'll get to your home run in a second, but there was so much that went into this win today. As, Wheaton is always a very difficult opponent, one of the biggest rivals that you have in this league. And, so much is at stake in the last winner's bracket game. There's so much to be gained by winning. When things, weren't necessarily going your way at the plate, how are you guys able to hang in there and stick with it in such a way that you could break through and have that big inning before it was too late?
I think it's just sticking to the approach. And, Sutherland did a great job out there today. He's a great pitcher. I know I've seen him the last 4 years, and he's been nothing less than, outstanding, honestly. And it's just sticking with our approach. That's kind of what Coach preaches. And, the hits are going to come. And just stick with the approach. Think fastball and adjust curveball, and let it take care of itself from there.
And so, it just bears repeating. It's such a huge win because instead of having to do what Wheaton's doing now, come back on and play Clark, and then having to come back and beat them twice tomorrow, you guys now get to skip out on the rest of the day, and you just have to win one more game to do it. So when you consider those things, that's about as big a home run as you can hit that you did today. So when you take a look back at that at-bat and what went into it, what made you think you were going to get something to drive?
I've seen this kid a couple times this year and last year, and every time he's gone first pitch fastball, either middle of the plate or in. So I was kind of looking for that. He threw it in the first pitch, so when I was like, you know what, he's going to come back with it. Might as well drop and drive and see if I can do some damage here.
And something I was talking about on the air quite a bit in this game and the first one is it's just been a whole different feel here today. Now you finally got some fair weather. Seems like it's one of the first games you've had here this year where you haven't had a stiff breeze blowing straight in from center field. Did you get the sense maybe during batting practice today that you might be able to get one out of here?
Yeah, we know every day coming here with the short right field, anyone can put it out. Arena's done it countless amount of times. So when the wind's blowing out, you love to see that as a hitter, but it almost can kind of kill you sometimes because you kind of get too big and think, oh, I'm going to try and drive one here. But like I said before, it's just kind of stick with the approach, and home runs will take care of themselves.
Now, you mentioned Arena. That was really a fantastic at-bat he had in front of you because he had been trying to go the other way the whole game, but they have a fantastic right fielder that was making life very difficult for him. And it seemed like he really modified his stroke to get the ball out there at a low angle to make sure he got on. What did you see from him when he was up at the plate in front of you?
Honestly, it's just Ryan being Ryan. Yeah. I don't think I could count on 3 or 4 hands how many times he's done that in the last 2 years. He's such a good hitter. I think his approach every time is just get something away and drive it. So, it's just hat off to him to sticking with his approach and doing what he does.
And then you got John Floegel coming in here in just a second. But, the outing that he gave you today was just so sensational to be able to go and match inning for inning and keep you guys in it. And he obviously doesn't end up factoring into the decision. But just what about his effort inspired you guys to go back and get that comeback done?
Floegel goes out there every time, gives it his all, and he wants to win more than anyone else out there. So we kind of just wanted to give him a little bit more support. He pitches his ball. He pitches a great game. So we got to do the least we could do to kind of give him some support. If he pitches a 3-run game, we have a good enough lineup to get over that hump and take it home.
Some balls, but mostly strikes.
Exactly.
Okay, exactly. So you guys get the win here today, and everything you've worked for this year has come to fruition now. You've got the 31st win, but you wanted the home field, and you wanted this winner's bracket position. So everything you've worked for now comes to root. You get that chance to finish it tomorrow. What's it going to take, whether it's Clark, whether it's Wheaton, to make sure you finish what you guys set out to do all the way back in February?
Which is going to take pitch to pitch. Every pitch is a grind. Coach always talks about the hardest win to get is the next one. So I think it's just going to be about staying within ourselves and trying to grind pitch to pitch because you never know which pitch is going to win.
All right, well, congratulations on the big hit today, and best of luck to you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
That's joined by John Floegel, today's starting pitcher for Babson, who went 7 innings strong, ended up taking a no decision, but I imagine this is probably about as satisfying a no decision as you've ever had, right?
Yeah, it's unbelievable when you come out of a game and you're down by a run that late and you know that you have that good a chance to win, and you got seniors like Mark Weber going to step up and do stuff like that. That's huge for us heading into this final game, hopefully into Harwich.
Absolutely. That's certainly the goal for you guys as you try to finish this thing off tomorrow. But it seemed like you understood how important this game was from the very beginning. You came out with maybe a little extra juice on top of what you might normally have on the mound. How are you able to take all of that excitement you had and still be able to channel it in a way that you could pitch effectively?
Yeah, I'm definitely someone who pitches with his heart on his sleeve a little bit. So, knowing the importance of the game is definitely a challenge to kind of tone it down when I needed to and throw strikes when I needed to. But at the end of the day, it's the last time I'm probably stepping on Gavoni Field as a pitcher, and you just want to give it your all every pitch.
Well, you certainly did that today, and something that was impressive, that's hard to do in tournament play when you're playing teams this good, is you had 3 1-2-3 innings in 7 innings today, which, when you get into that rut of when you're playing every day, when your pitching gets taxed, these guys start to get in a groove hitting. It's a very difficult thing to do against a team as good as this one. So how were you able to get the outs to pile up as quickly as you did today?
I think part of the mentality of pitching is when they get a couple hits off you and they put a good inning together, is you got to come out that next inning even stronger, even better. So, getting those 1, 2, 3 innings is really, for me, all about just attacking the zone, going after guys after they felt like they might have beat me the inning before, and just giving our guys another chance to get back in the dugout as quick as they can.
And then you get there to the bottom of the 8th inning, and that's when, it really gets to be put up or shut up time at that stage, because they've got an excellent bullpen and they have other options that they could have gone to there. You had your big chance there with Arena and Weber coming up. They knew it, and they were able to come up with those 2 big hits. So what did you see from your vantage point in the dugout, and what made you think that they would be able to go and do what they did?
Yeah, I had guys like Drew Patillo in the dugout who were just going crazy all game, getting me up. And then from there, watching, you look at these guys in the eye, and they're in the on-deck circle in the batter's box. They're ready to go. It's no difference for them whether it's the 1st or the 8th inning. They're up there looking to swing and put runs on the board. And I think that's huge for us, is that the mentality doesn't change as the game gets late.
So you guys have certainly put together a good enough resume now at this point that you really ought to be in the NCAAs one way or the other. But the NEWMAC championship was a goal that you set coming out. You wanted to not only win it in the regular season, you wanted to win it in the tournament as well. You get that chance tomorrow on your home field. You mentioned what that means to you as a senior. So just independent of, Harwich, no Harwich, next week, no next week, what is it going to take for you guys to, and how important is it for you guys to check this box on your goals this year?
I think heading into the season after winning the NEWMACs last year, our goal was sort of Harwich World Series or bust. We got off to that 7-7 start. I think we lost sight a little bit of what our actual goal is, and our goal every year is to come out, win NEWMACs, get that bid by winning our conference. So I think for us, this box is huge. This is the one that matters. We're not thinking any further ahead than tomorrow.
All right, well, congratulations on a tremendous effort today, and best of luck to you tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, that's John Floegel, today's starting pitcher for Babson. So the Beavers come from behind to win 6-3.